These are buildings of Bosnia and Herzegovina state government and parliament in Sarajevo city center. Since July this year, their work is practically blocked. The reason is boycott by Serb politicians in the country. Decision to block state institutions was made by this man, Milorad Dodik, a Serb member of state's collective presidency. This made functioning of state parliament impossible, and its members, like Sasha Magazinovic, can't do their work. He says that blockade of the state came after international community imposed a ban on genocide and war crimes denial.
Jedan sam od onih koji od početka krize govori da je ovo prije svega jedno vrlo izazovno sigurnosno pitanje za Bosnu i Hercegovinu, a sada par mjeseci nakon početka krize mogu reći da je Bosna i Hercegovina korak od eskalacije.
Just 100 meters from the parliament is this building, still filled with bullet holes, a reminder of Bosnian war in the 90s and siege of Sarajevo. This bridge was a front line and place where first victim died in 1992. Recent war history is all around. But can it be repeated again? Former Bosnian ambassador to NATO in Brussels says it could easily happen, especially because this crisis is directed by Serbia and Russia and implemented by Serb member of state presidency, Milorad Dodik.
His objective is actually to undermine state-level institutions, transferring the mandate of some state institutions from the state level to the entity level, which is about to undermine sovereignty of Bosnia and Herzegovina. So actually he would like to overtake sovereignty of Bosnia and Herzegovina and grant it to the entity level. And that could trigger the war.
Russia seems to be one of the main players in current Bosnian crisis. Local media openly report about it, saying that Russia has no economic interest here, but only wants to make political damage and slow down Bosnian integration into Euro-Atlantic structures.
Rusi ne žele ili odmjeravaju snage sa zapadnim silama, prije svega Sjedinjenim Američkim Državama, pa dodekle i Evropskom unijom, sami tim suprotstavljajući se ovdje onome što oni propagiraju u Bosni i Hercegovini, a to je prije svega ulazak u NATO savez i naravno nakon toga i ulazak u Evropsku uniju.
At the Faculty of Political Sciences in Bosnian capital, academic community closely follows recent political and security developments. They say that current crisis is long planned, with support from Serbia and Russia. It leads the country into internal collapse and then secession, with wider regional consequences. Dean of the faculty often writes about Russian meddling into Bosnia with its soft power. Russia, he concludes, supports political chaos and instability.
Now we do not have any more political crisis. It's a security crisis, a real security threat to the state. And if the state is threatened in terms of security, there is only a trivial incident needed that the situation escalates into violence.
Parliament of Republika Srpska, one of two semi-autonomous regions in Bosnia and Herzegovina, plans to adopt new laws and take away state competencies in field of taxes, justice and defense in next 6 months. This includes rebuilding of army that committed genocide in Srebrenica in 1995. Back in state parliament, Sasha Magazinovic says that this is obvious conflict between Milorad Dodik as a leading politician and civilized world.
Zaustaviti rad institucija zato što vam neko ne dozvoljava da svojim riječima i djelima prekopavate kosti žrtava je zaista nešto strašno.
So, how can this deadlock be solved and what lies ahead of Bosnia and Herzegovina? The answer might be hiding in sanctions that are already announced by the US administration and biggest European nations. Their first target should be Bosnian Serb politicians.